Cameron Cassie has gone bananas. She's turned the stage into a scene from Jumanji.
And if you don't stop talking, I'll turn you into a scene from The Walking Dead.
Yep,
That's me, crazy old Cameron. But I wasn't always like this. There was a time when I was the most patient, quietest person around. Want to know what happened? Then stick around. And yeah, like and subscribe to MSA. I grew up in a big family. And by big, I mean I was the oldest one among 10 siblings. You don't believe me? Okay, team, let's go. This is Lana, this is Rose. These are my twin brothers Brad and Pitt. My twin sister Hala and Lala. Another sister Ava, and that's Thanos. Don't ask me why. My parents are huge Avengers fans and they thought this might be a good idea. Of course it's not. You forgot about me. Again. Just like you forgot me in that park last year. I didn't forget you, Liam. You pooped your pants, so I asked you to stay where you were while I looked for an extra pair of diapers. You were the one who ran behind the squirrel. She was cute. And why didn't you just carry an extra pair of diapers? You were 7. You were supposed to be potty trained by then. My parents worked as hospital nurses, so they didn't have a lot of time, and I had to step up and look after the house and my siblings. They also didn't make much money, so whatever little we had was shared between everyone, and because I was the oldest, I was made to sacrifice the most. I didn't mind that, though. My parents were already working hard enough, so I did what I could to help them out. But sometimes, I wish I could just get a little space of my own, where I could play my guitar in peace. It was a rusty old thing, but I loved it. In this world so big, give me a place oh so tiny, with nobody screaming or acting whiny. Ah! What the heck was that, guys?
Sorry, Pitt started it. No, I didn't. Brad threw his lunch in my face. I didn't throw it at you. I was just throwing it away.
Why?
Because it's tasteless. I want pizza. I want pizza too.
Did someone say pizza? No one's getting pizza. Go inside and finish your veggies or no TV for a whole week. So, yeah, things weren't peachy at home, but school was worse. Between house chores and studies, I had no time to make friends and grew up to be an introvert, which somehow made me the perfect target for bullies like Bailey. We'd been classmates all our lives, but ever since her family struck it rich, she became this mean, hostile person with a personal vendetta against me. It didn't make sense. She was the lead drummer of the school band, really popular, and even had her own YouTube channel where she did covers of famous songs. So I just never understood why she was so obsessed with me. Like this one time in high school, I was casually singing my favorite songs when Bailey barged in. Hi everyone! So in this episode of Off-Key Talents, we have Cameron Cassie. She thinks she sings well, but she sounds like someone stepping on a squeaky toy. Maybe it's because she's always screaming at her horrible siblings. How many are there again? Can you get that off my face? I'm not comfortable, and I don't care. Anyway, I got what I wanted. I can go back to whiny singing now. You're not gonna post that, are you? Bailey just gave me an evil grin and left. I wanted to scream in her face. She thinks she sings well, but she sounds like someone stepping on a squeaky toy. Maybe it's because she's always screaming at her horrible siblings. How many are there again? Can you get that off my face? I'm not comfortable, and I don't care. Anyway, I got what I wanted. I can go back to whiny singing now. You're not gonna post that, are you? Bailey just gave me an evil grin and left. I wanted to scream in her face, but I knew she'd only make my life more difficult, so I kept my head low and went on with my day. But the next morning, I was still in bed when my sister Lana came running into my room and told me that the video Bailey posted had gone viral. What? Why would she post that? That's it. I will bite Bailey's head off and then use her hair to mop floors. What are you talking about? People are loving you. You're famous. Lana shoved her phone in my face, and I was shocked to see that she was right. People were calling me inspiring, adorable, amazing, and all sorts of great things. Within a few hours, it had more than 1 million views, and I was famous.
You got pipes, girl. Would love to take you out sometime. You have the most beautiful voice in the world. Will you sign my pizza?
Sure. Bailey sat in a corner, looking totally humiliated, and it was the best day of my life. I was debating whether to thank her or kill her for posting my video without asking me, when suddenly my phone rang. It was some lady who told me that Tucker Wayne, owner of one of the biggest talent agencies in the world, wanted to see me. Apparently, he was assembling an all-girls band and wanted me as the lead singer. The money was great, and he'd even sent me a first-class ticket to New York for the same night. I was pretty excited, but my parents weren't happy.
who's gonna look after the house?
Maybe we could hire some help?
Don't be ridiculous, Cameron. We don't have that kind of money. Millions of people
go to New York every day because they think they can change their lives. What makes you think you're any different? You'll only become disappointed. And what if I'm successful? This opportunity could change our lives. Fine, do what you want, but don't come sulking back to me when you fail at this stupid music thing. I was hurt that my parents didn't support me, but I knew this was my one chance to turn things around. So I packed my bags and left for New York that night. When I arrived, a limo whisked me away to the most stunning building I'd ever seen. Mr. Tucker greeted me warmly and gave me a tour of the studio. The first day of recording was an absolute blast. Everything seemed to be falling into place until a few days later, I was chilling in my hotel room when the door flung open and Bailey walked in. Ah! Bailey? What are you doing here? Your drummer had to drop out because of personal reasons. So Tucker called me in. Why? What do you mean, why? Because I'm talented, you butt face? Talented in making my life miserable. Ooh, someone grew a tongue while I was away. Relax, that was school. But this is real life. I won't bully my own teammate. You can take my word for it. As soon as Bailey left, I spoke to Tucker and he confirmed Bailey's story. He asked me if I was okay with it, and I wanted to say no, but Bailey was insanely talented, so I let it slide. But the next day, I regretted every bit of my decision. Not only was Bailey somehow more annoying, she was also really controlling. She gave me notes on my singing and would stop the recording every 2 seconds because she wasn't feeling the music. Then one time, in the middle of a performance, she changed the notes to my solo on the spot. What are you doing? Improvising? No, you're messing up my solo. And what are you gonna do about it? Bailey just left, and at that moment, something snapped inside me. I closed my eyes, focused on the notes, and sang. When I opened my eyes, the crowd stood still, and then they burst into a massive applause. Everyone was chanting my name, and Bailey looked like someone had pulled her kidneys out. From that moment forward, my life was an absolute whirlwind. We were getting more live shows, doing interviews, talk shows, and I was truly famous. I even got the first ever call from my mom, but it wasn't what I expected. Hey, Mom, I'm so glad you called.
Your sister plays the oboe, you know.
Lana? Yeah, I know.
So let her in your band.
But I thought you hated the idea of getting into music.
Application. Now, will you help her or not?
I wanted to say no. Mom was talking to me after weeks, and I didn't want to disappoint her. So I agreed, and a week later, Lana joined me. But I had no idea how to fit an oboe in the band. And Lana didn't seem too interested either. All she did was sleep or order room service all the time. And I barely had any cash left for myself. To make things worse, we were a month away from the album launch, and I still had a bunch of songs to write. In this world so big...
Stop! This is not working out. We need something edgier.
Could we try a different note?
No! I want more emotion! Was there ever a time when you were angry?
Not that I can recall, but maybe when Bailey posted that video of mine without asking me, or the time she dipped my books into spaghetti sauce, or when she tried to spoil my solo on stage.
Darling, you can't let people walk all over you like that. Stand up for yourself. Dig into that rage and come to me tomorrow with a new song.
I spent the entire night replaying the conversation with Mr. Tucker, and when I calmed down, I realized he was right. I was a pushover. Bailey had tormented me for years, and I'd never stood up for myself. My own parents had treated me like a pushover, but not once did they pay attention to what I wanted. And when I finally did something for myself, they tried to snuff that spark out too. Heavy with rage, I picked up the phone and dialed in. Bailey? Yeah, you're out. You're a bully, and no bullies are allowed in my band. And I cut the call before she had a chance to scream. On a high, I called my mom next. Hey Mom, Lana doesn't want to be here, and oboe doesn't make sense in this band. I'm sending her home. Finally! I couldn't believe I just stood up to my mom, and to be honest, I felt pretty proud of myself. The next day, I walked up to Mr. Tucker and told him the conversation I had with Bailey. I thought he'd be mad, but instead, he smiled.
Good for you, darling. And don't worry, we'll find a new drummer. Let me hear that new song.
I poured my heart into my song, and Mr. Tucker was so impressed, he sent it straight for recording. He even set up auditions, and within no time, we had a new drummer in our band. A week later, when the song was released, it got more popular than all our live shows combined. We rose to the top of every chart, got invitations to every celebrity show, and Mr. Tucker even extended my contract. I was making more money than ever, and life was pretty good. But the more I leaned into my emotions, the angrier I got, and pretty soon, I was lashing out at everyone. I ordered this salad with ranch. This is blue cheese. What are you doing? Trying to make me fat?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I forgot.
Did you forget to brush your teeth? Did you forget to take a bath? Did you forget to sleep? No? Then how can you forget to follow simple simple instructions. The waiter ran away crying, and I felt a bit bad. But with the amount of money I was spending, I deserved better service. But the next day, I was making waves on social media for being rude and mean. Apparently, someone from the restaurant posted a video of me screaming at the waiter, and now everyone was out there to get me, including the paparazzi.
Have you always been this spoiled, or has success gotten to your head?
Have you always been this stupid, or did you fall on your way here and damage your brain?
That's inappropriate.
Your face is inappropriate, Jane. You are a terrible interviewer. You should switch jobs because I don't think this one's gonna last that long. I was mad with power, and no matter how much people called me out for it, I just didn't care. I partied like there was no tomorrow, shopped like a crazy person. I was finally living my life the way I wanted to. I didn't even care about showing up at work, and my bandmates tried to warn me, but I was the star of the show. No one would replace me. I thought I was untouchable, until one day I walked into the studio and saw Bailey in the recording room. What is she doing here?
Oh no, this is awkward. I was gonna tell you, but you're off the band, Cameron.
Since when? And why?
Because you're a loose cannon, and I can't let you tarnish my reputation anymore.
But I did what you asked me to do, and now you're kicking me out? I'm the star of the band. You can't replace me.
Oh no, this is awkward. I was gonna tell you, but you're off the band, Cameron.
Since when? And why?
Because you're a loose cannon, and I can't let you tarnish my reputation anymore.
But I did what you asked me to do, and now you're kicking me out? I'm the star of the band. You can't replace me.
Honey, everyone is replaceable in showbiz. Now bye-bye. Have a nice life.
I was stunned. Just like Bailey and my mom, Tucker had manipulated and used me. I felt betrayed, but I had no time to sulk. I wanted to show these suckers what I was made of. So I tapped into my network to find a new label, but no one was ready to take me on, thanks to my negative image. And while I struggled to find work, Bailey rose to fame. She was having her first ever solo concert, and it was completely sold out. I couldn't let her win this time, so I crashed her concert, sneaked my way to the stage, and right before Bailey was about to sit down for her performance, I pushed her away. What are you doing? Stealing your thunder, just like you stole mine for years. Cameron's back, baby! I kicked over her drums, and in a moment of pure rage, I grabbed the guitar and smashed it to pieces. Some of the things went flying into the crowd, and everyone started panicking. The show was canceled, security was called in, and I was thrown out of the venue. Tucker even threw me out of the hotel, and thanks to my crazy party expenses, I couldn't afford another place. Eventually, I had to move back home, but I was so messed up in the head, I hardly ever came out of my room. All day, I would watch TV and see Bailey's rise to fame, and it only made me realize the things I'd lost. And one day, I was sitting in my room when Mom walked in.
You know you can't stay cooped up in here all day, right?
I don't know what else to do. It's not like anyone needs me anymore.
That's not true, Cameron. I was angry at you for moving out and then sending Lana back home. Then I realized that we'd been really tough on you. You were just a teenager, and you deserved to have a life of your own.
So you're not angry at me now?
Of course not, sweetie. We love you. We always will. My mom hugged me tight, and I felt better than I had in days. With my family by my side, I slowly started picking up my life again. I got back to music and even joined my old high school again. I had to repeat a year, but that was okay. At least I had something to look forward to. One day, while playing in the backyard, one of my sisters recorded a video of me and posted it on YouTube. It went viral again. People were amazed by my transformation and started requesting my old songs. So I played them. Soon, I started getting calls from agencies. One of them asked me if I could perform my singles at their show. The pay was good, the venue was close to home, so I agreed. As I got ready backstage, someone tapped on my shoulder. Mr. Tucker.
Great to see you, kid. You've been doing well. Ever thought about coming back?
Aren't you working with Bailey now?
Yes, but she's boring. You're so much better. I will double your pay if you want. Think about it.
As tempting as it was, there was one thing I'd learned in my time in New York. Never let anyone walk over you. So I immediately called Bailey and gave her a rundown of what had happened. Why should I believe you? Because Tucker is a manipulative worm, and I don't want him to ruin your career like you ruined mine. You don't have to believe me, but just watch your back.
Wait, thanks for letting me know. It's no excuse, but I'm an only child, you know? And my parents put this insane amount of pressure on me, and your family just seems so big and fun, and I was just jealous.
Life's not always as it seems, but we can be a bit kinder to each other. Anyway, glad we had this talk.
Same. You know, I really did like your new album.
Bailey and I never stayed in touch after that, but I heard she quit and started her own band. As for me, I'm still singing in the backyard and making my own music. That's the best kind.
Like and subscribe for more.